A 24-year-old with a $200 million contract isn't supposed to feel like a surprise anymore. But right now, Anthony Edwards looks like the most dangerous guy on the floor. And weirdly, this version of Edwards didn't start with a dunk or a viral moment. It started with a miss, a shot that didn't fall, a season that ended, and a player who decided he wasn't gonna stay the same. This is the real story behind Anthony Edwards' ride. When Edwards came into the league as the #1 pick in 2020,
with the first pick in the 2020 NBA draft, Anthony Edwards,
the scouting report felt split in two. On one side, you had the obvious stuff: explosive athlete, elite first step, ridiculous bounce. He looked like someone built in a lab to score. On the other side were the questions. Could he shoot consistently? Would the effort stay high? Did he understand the game deeply enough to lead a franchise? Fans loved the highlights. Coaches wanted something less risky. Early in his career, every jaw-dropping dunk came with a possession that made people hesitate.
Oh, backdoor, Edwards, two-hand throwdown.
A missed rotation, a rushed decision, a play that looked more instinctive than intentional. That's normal for young stars, but the league has seen plenty of elite athletes stall before. What made Edwards different is how personal he took it. Instead of brushing off the noise, he used it as motivation. Criticism didn't push him away from the game. It pulled him deeper into it. Every doubt became a reminder. Every comparison turned into motivation. You could see it in interviews, in workouts, in the way he talked about improving instead of proving people wrong. He wasn't running from the narratives. The turning point wasn't glamorous. It was a miss. A late shot against Denver that ended Minnesota's 2023 season. For most players, that's just another playoff memory. For Edwards, it became something heavier, a moment that stuck in his mind long after the buzzer. He replayed it constantly, not to torture himself, but to understand what had to change. That miss became the fuel for everything that followed. Mission forged. The next season, something shifted. He didn't just look like a dunker anymore. He looked like a problem. His handle tightened. His finishing got more creative. And in late game moments, he stopped deferring and started demanding responsibility. Defenses had to adjust. Playoff statement. The playoffs made it official. Against Phoenix, Edwards didn't just play well. He took control of the series. From game 1, it felt personal. He attacked veteran defenders without hesitation, punished closeouts, and forced Phoenix into uncomfortable adjustments. Minnesota stopped feeling like an underdog. They felt inevitable. National reckoning. As the series unfolded, the attention grew louder. Opponents started redesigning coverages just to slow him down. And when someone like Michael Jordan publicly says he is special, that carries weight. That wasn't hype, that was recognition. Sweep moment. The sweep of Phoenix felt like a declaration. This wasn't a highlight reel player having a hot week. It was a young star announcing that he belonged among the league's most dangerous scorers. Momentum swings. The next round against Denver wasn't easy. Minnesota jumped ahead, then saw the series slip away as the Nuggets responded. But what stood out wasn't just the wins or losses. It was Edwards' presence during adversity. He didn't disappear. He didn't shrink. He leaned into the moment. The comeback, DNA game. 6 felt like a statement. Game 7 felt like history. Down big, Minnesota clawed its way back, and Edwards led the charge with the kind of confidence you rarely see from someone that young. That comeback sent the Wolves to the conference finals for the first time in decades. And suddenly, Edwards wasn't just a promising star. He was a franchise cornerstone. A script altered. Even though the run ended against Dallas, the perception around Edwards changed permanently. He wasn't a developmental project anymore. He was someone teams had to build game plans around. And with that came new expectations. Scouting blueprint. The Thunder series later exposed something important. OKC packed the paint, forced Minnesota into tough perimeter looks, and made Edwards work for everything. It was a basketball lesson. The league had a blueprint for stopping Ant-Man, and it was on display for everyone to see. Diagnostic moment. Instead of denying the criticism, he embraced it. He talked openly about conditioning, decision-making, and improving as a leader. That honesty mattered because it showed growth wasn't just physical, it was mental. Methodical rebuild. That offseason wasn't about flashy workouts. It was about detail, film study, footwork, mid-range rhythm, better reads out of ball screens. He wasn't trying to become someone else. He was sharpening what already made him dangerous. Trusted counsel. One conversation with Michael Jordan stuck with him. Small technical adjustments, how to seal defenders, how to create space, where to get to his spots, turned into real changes on the court. It wasn't about copying MJ, it was about learning how to translate his elite instincts into repeatable habits. Craft, refine.
1-point lead, 2 minutes into the third. Edwards again.
The result was easy to see. His handle became smoother. His decision-making became smarter. Suddenly, Edwards wasn't just attacking for the sake of it, he was reading defenses and making the best basketball decision. He could hurt you at the rim, in the mid-range, or from deep, and defenses stopped knowing which problem to solve first. The scoring surge. The performances started stacking up. A 41-point opener, a 43-point statement against Sacramento, another 30-plus night even when defenses threw everything at him. Over a 6-game stretch, he averaged close to 38 points, combining power drives with step backs and confident pull-ups. His game was evolving. Consistent elite late game moments became his stage. The step back against Oklahoma City wasn't luck by any means. It was years of reps showing up in real time. Clutch shooting numbers backed it up, and milestones like 10,000 career points arrived earlier than expected. He wasn't just scoring anymore, he was closing games. Versatile threat against Victor Wembanyama, Edwards showed just how wide his offensive toolbox had become. Turnaround fades, physical drives, deep threes, and then the 55-point eruption that felt like a glimpse of his ceiling. Those nights weren't about volume, they were about versatility. Career inflection. Now at 24, Edwards sits in a different space. He's no longer the athlete with questions. He's a refined scorer with intention. The missed shot that once haunted him, the playoff lessons, and the mentorship he sought all merged into a player who attacks with purpose. Stakes-raised comparisons to Kobe or Jordan aren't about identical moves. They're about mindset, relentless competitiveness, obsessive work ethic. And right now, defenses are running out of easy answers. He can punish you from anywhere on the floor, and in crunch time, he's becoming one of the league's most reliable closers. On notice, this isn't the end of a story. It's the start of a bigger one. Anthony Edwards has turned doubt into direction, reworked weaknesses into weapons, and pushed Minnesota deeper into relevance than it's been in years. The rest of the league sees it now, and if this version of Edwards is just the beginning, everyone should be on notice. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably like this one right here. It's definitely something you'll be interested in. Click it now.